Okay, we're live. Hi, everyone. My name is Georgette True, and I am the host of Fight CPS Real Talk with Miss G, and my co-host, my beautiful, talented, and lovely and gorgeous Stacy.
Hi, Miss G.
Hi, Miss Stacy.
Love you.
I love
Love
you
you,
too.
Miss Beautiful and Gorgeous Miss G.
Yeah, whatever. Thank you, baby. So, um, I just wanted to tell everyone I'm very proud of Stacy. She has been on a mission to expose the department and the corruption in uh, Buffalo, New York, with the Department of Children and Family Services and also the judges on the case and also the court appointed attorneys who are using power uh, to manipulate situations and create their own narrative to remove children and destroy the family life and the family tree, basically. Um, would you please let everyone know what's up?
Sure. Well, first, Miss G, um, our show is so heavy all the time. It's so serious. We're always talking about such horrible things in the world, and it's a heaviness. I want to send Grace a picture of. Oh, actually, you have the picture. Can you send Grace um, the picture of taking my dog out for ice cream today?
Yes, I can.
So I took him out and he got a little pup cup and it was so cute. It had ice cream and three dog biscuits in it. And we went for ice cream and then I took him for his own slice of pizza. It was so much fun today. Anyways, I just wanted to say that a little bit to lighten up the seriousness of everything we always talk about because we can't be so heavy all the time. It weighs on everyone. It weighs on all of us so much.
I know.
Um, and so we need to grab our enjoyment and little things that life sends us and appreciate those things too along the way. But what did you want me to talk about that I've been doing? Which
About the,
aspect?
yeah, with the what you just filed.
My RICO complaint.
The RICO, yeah.
No, first of all, Miss G, I want to tell you, Mr. Davis offered to me the opportunity to host my own show for a period of time there where we were doing how to fight CPS and win the New York edition. Um, and from time to time, I've done interviews on the show with Mr. Davis and you. And I've always listened to what Mr. Davis has told me to do. And I listen to him when I watch him on the show. I've laughed from time to time when you were on the show with Mr. Davis and the dynamics between you and him. But sometimes it takes a while to carry out some of his advice, and sometimes you can carry out his advice right away. So I've always taken to heart what he's told and advised. But it's taken about pretty much this long to do some of it. and and he, talked about in my case doing a RICO complaint. And I finally got one written. And my strategy was always kind of it was many things. One of them is I'm not going to be able to get any attorney locally to pick up my case because my complaint is against the New York State courts and Child Protective Services. So that would be career suicide for any attorney to pick up locally. So the only way I could do a RICO complaint was to file it pro se and write it to the very best of my ability and put it out there and see if an attorney will pick it up and go from there. So that's where I'm at. It's been written, and there's been interest in what I wrote, and I've done some interviews on other podcasts that are local to my area. And people are excited about it. The interview that I did yesterday, they were everybody on your complaint is the I can't remember. It was something about being scummy, basically, was the word. And so scummy, they make him want to throw up, were the words. So that's the support I'm getting in my local community about the people that I'm up against. And So it's sparking interest. I've had people contact me, very significant people starting to contact me. And I've also come to find out there's another attorney group that's actually filed the same thing. And I didn't even know it. It's a group of women.
Mhm.
And in my complaint, I talk about how my town is in violation of their contract with the federal government to receive Title IV funding. Because in order to receive Title IV funding, you have to have measures in place to prevent cronyism, nepotism, political patronage, and so forth. And you're supposed to also have measures in place about your types of hiring and having diligent hiring practices. And I showed in my RICO complaint how they're in violation, yet still taking money from the federal government to fund CPS in these programs that have reprehensible hiring practices that are laden with cronyism and nepotism and political patronage.
Mhm.
So that falls under the False Claims Act because they're defrauding it's a conspiracy to defraud the US government and steal federal funding money that they're in violation from their contract. So a lot of the reason why they cover up and work so hard to conceal the scandal of Child Protective Services is because if they get found for defrauding the United States to receive the Title IV federal funding, they have to pay back 3 times, not just the money they took, but it's the False Claims Act. They have to pay back 3 times the money they took.
Right.
So not only would their funding get halted, but also they have to pay back 3 times the multi-millions that they've taken.
Right. And also,
So there's,
can you hear me?
yep,
You're okay. Good. And also, don't forget to. We need to mention Nicholas D'Angelo.
right. So part of my strategy with my lawsuit is also that a lot of the naive public's reaction to suing multiple judges in the New York State court system and CPS, a lot of the people who are naive think, oh, she's suing all these honorables. How could they can't be all so bad? They're these honorable judges. And so when in my RICO claim to put them on the defensive instead of the offensive at onset, then becomes pertinent to the litigation when you expose all the dirt that's out on these people. And
Mhm.
one of the dirty people is Nicholas D'Angelo in my town, who
Mhm.
was hired to work for CPS despite it being public knowledge at the time of his hiring that he was already a sex offender.
Yep.
So Nicholas D'Angelo did what a sex offender would do when hired to work for CPS, and eventually that led to him pleading guilty to 8 felony counts of rape, including a 16-year-old child that was in DSS custody that he was sex trafficking. Now my town is so awful and reprehensible that he only got 4 months in jail.
Only 4 months, and he still. Wait, does he still have a job?
No, but I found also in our town, one of the judges that I'm suing, she's been publicly censured for a host of judicial ethical violations. She's also been in the news for having underage drinking parties at her cottage. Her husband is a former senator who got in all this trouble for sexual harassment and then got caught trying to bribe the witnesses. And so he got temporarily disbarred for his sexual misconduct, and he went to jail and he got reinstated as an attorney later on.
There you go.
So we're expecting that Nicholas D'Angelo in time will get his bar reinstated.
How disgusting is that? For you guys listening out there, please comment. Let us know. I mean, he's a CPS attorney. He's literally an attorney. Go ahead, Stacy.
Yeah, so the connection between Nicholas D'Angelo and my ex is that my ex was an attorney for the same Child Protective Services as Nicholas D'Angelo.
Mhm.
And Nicholas D'Angelo was brought on board to help cover up my ex as well. My kids disclosed sex abuse from my ex and strangulation. And I've met victims of my ex through his capacity as an attorney for CPS as well,
Mhm.
and interviewed them and put that interview on social media. So that's why Nicholas D'Angelo gets written into my RICO complaint, because he was also aided and abetted my ex.
So let me tell you guys a true story. I was telling Stacy before the show this morning, before the show began. Um, so they're profiling you guys. They're profiling parents. So in Kentucky, a teacher reported twins, a boy and a girl. Beautiful biracial kids who mix black and white. So father is white, mother is black. Um, they profiled them. The reason for that is the social worker that was reported to the supervisor, and it was reported by a teacher who is related to the supervisor of the Department of Children and Family Services in Kentucky. Um, what is the name of the street? I mean, the city. Um, Louisville, Louisville. Okay, Kentucky. And so the parents did nothing wrong. The boy had a rash on his leg. And the reason he had a rash on his leg is because he was recovering from poison ivy or something like that, like some kind of something he was allergic to when they went camping. That was on Mother's Day. They went camping. So the doctor gave the mother, medication, ointment to put on the boy, twice a day. The mother told the school about it. She actually has an email showing that she notified the school and asked if the nurse at the school can also put the ointment, the second round, on the child. Now, so that teacher that reported the mom, she told the supervisor who is related to her that the kids are beautiful. They're, mixed kids. They have beautiful curly hair. I mean, the mother sent me pictures. They're gorgeous, extremely gorgeous kids. So the mom and the dad, they both work, and one of them is a legal assistant for a personal injury law firm, and the father is he works in construction, okay, with the city. So they thought nothing was going to happen to them. They thought, you know what, they have good jobs, no criminal record, no background of any sort. They're perfect, right? Perfect couple. They've been married for 10 years, and it took them, save, she said, 6 years to have children. Okay, 6 years. So the parents tried to argue in court. They got a court-appointed attorney each one of them. Each court-appointed attorney told them to plead guilty to child abuse and neglect. They refused to plead guilty to child abuse and neglect. The attorney said to them, like everyone else heard this, if you don't agree to the abuse and neglect, you're not going to get your children back to you.
Coercion.
Yeah. So the parents, it's sad. It's so sad. The grandmother was telling me that that her daughter committed suicide because they told them they're not going to get their kids back, and they were terminating their parental rights on the she said it was going to be on Thursday, was the 20th of June. The father, he cut himself to bleed to death, and it didn't work, so he was transported to the hospital. He's in critical condition. They would not leave the children with the grandmother, the paternal grandmother, because the paternal grandmother told them she lives in a different state. So I asked her, why did you wait that long? She said, my kids, the kids told me, which is her daughter, before she killed herself, told her that, we're going to get our kids back, mom. Don't worry about anything. We got this. And the mother was like, okay, well, I need to be also, part of this. So the social worker called the grandmother and told her she's not part of the case. She cannot be part of the case. She's not related to the kids, because the mother lives in another state. The grandmother, sorry. The grandmother lives in another state. But the paternal grandmother she has cancer. She's dying of cancer. And that's why, they made an excuse that the paternal grandmother cannot have the kids because of her situation, her condition, what have you. Now,
This is why Mr. Davis always says have 25 suitable family members sign up to say they'll take custody of the child.
yeah, but they did. They did all that. They did. But their court-appointed attorney
And they nitpicked away 25 people or more?
Because they were dealing with court-appointed attorney. The social worker told them they cannot hire their own attorney. She told them, you cannot hire your own attorney. You have to deal with the court-appointed attorney. So the family, the parents did deal with the court-appointed attorney. The court-appointed attorney took the information from them, but never submitted into court as evidence. The grandmother tried to get a copy of the court paperwork. They would not give her the court paperwork because she's not part of the case. Again, now, the social worker also told the parents that on June 20th, they're going to lose their rights, meaning they're not going to have any access to the children anymore and all that. Later on, after that happened, the grandmother hired a private investigator to check the teacher out. She gave the private investigator the social worker who was involved and the supervisor of the social worker that she contacted as well. He found out that the supervisor of the social worker is related to the teacher. They're second cousins.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. So he gave her the information. She went to the state legislative. She reported it. She reported to the police, but the police told her she cannot.
The police helped CPS too.
According to her, the police was not there when CPS went to remove the children.
No,
they went to remove the children from the school. The teacher.
But the police, Miss G, I went to file a complaint with the police against CPS. They refused to take complaints against CPS.
Okay.
They help CPS.
Right. But in her case, in the parents' case, the police told them they cannot help.
Exactly. That's what they do.
Right.
When you remind them, though, there's a penal code against, that makes what CPS did a crime. And when you remind them there's a penal code and it's their job to uphold the law, and when there's a violation of penal code that gives them jurisdiction, they still always try to refuse to accept a report. It literally took, the one time I filed a report against CPS with the police, it took me at the police station to fill out a Freedom of Information law request. And what I asked for was the disciplinary history on all officers for the past 10 years. Then they took my report. They don't want to help against CPS because they're all state actors.
Unbelievable. I'm telling you, this is a demonic act, you guys. This is not, you are being hold on a second. My God. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry, the grandmother is, she said she was watching and then she texted me and she said she has to be off right now so she can go and speak to the private investigator. But she said basically that she doesn't want to lose hope. She doesn't want to lose hope.
Well, she needs Mr. Davis to sue for CPS being in violation and probably include the 18B attorneys.
She's gonna sue, but the problem is, I realize there's a lot of attorneys out there who are scumbags, especially in LA County. And the reason I'm saying that is because in
I've
LA,
always told you that, Miss G.
yeah, oh yeah, they're very,
I've
very,
always
very
told you that.
conniving. And they said to a lot of
And
people that call them, but
it's not
wait,
even just the 18B attorneys, Miss G, but actually an attorney that truly fights for their clients in these situations is exceedingly rare. I spent a lot of money not having 18B attorneys, and they all worked for the other side as well.
I agree. Hey Grace, I'm not talking about the picture right now. I'm talking about a link to be texting me so I can text this to someone else. Okay. Um, Lord have mercy. Anyways, so the other attorneys, they are telling people, clients or potential clients rather, that they cannot take their case. It's a conflict of interest. And this other attorney as well, I know his name. I actually am going to report him. He's in LA County. I'm going to report his ass. He's in Sun Valley, California. Uh, hey Grace, if I have it, honey, I would not text you. Okay. Um, and he told the clients or the potential clients that it's a conflict of interest. So the client asked them, or the potential client, the parent asked them, "What do you mean by conflict of interest, Mister So and So?" And he told her, "Well, I can't give you advice unless you are a client." She said, "But I paid for a consultation." He said, "You only paid for a 15-minute consultation." Even though it's illegal to record in the state of California without it's a two-party, state, she recorded him anyways. And I listened to the whole entire call. So basically, he told her he cannot give her advice only because she mentioned that her ex-husband is an attorney. So the ex-husband that did this to her, right, is an attorney that works for the Department of Children and Family Services in the Valley. So as soon as she
Bingo.
mentioned that, yeah, as soon as she mentioned her husband's name, she said he choked like he was choking on water or whatever food, and he told her that he cannot help her unless she's a client.
And you know, that happened to me too, right? Because
Yeah,
my ex is an attorney and he is a former attorney for Child Protective Services. So in all of his uh debauchery or whatever you want to call it, um he tried to weaponize the system against me as well and all of his cronies. But I'm the one today with no CPS indications, and he has 4 from another county, not the one he used to work in.
right, right. So I want you guys to understand that other attorneys out there are really seriously working against you. And I cannot emphasize this enough. If I haven't heard it myself, I would doubt her. But I don't doubt her because the secretary answered
Yeah,
the
Miss
lawful
G.
name, and I heard everything. I heard the whole entire conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Go ahead.
always told you that, Miss G. Um, that's why we said sometimes when people are rude to Mr. Davis, it's really because they came from all these scenarios before meeting him, where they went through 18B attorneys that worked for the other side. Or like myself, I know I paid minimum hundreds of thousands to other attorneys, and they always worked for the other side. So it it really fractures the trust before someone comes and talks to Mr. Davis, um, and because of what's out there and what other people are doing.
Miss Attorney
Really
Davis
bad.
doesn't work. Attorney Davis, if honestly, I don't think he ever wanted to be a judge because he knows he would not have it. Probably he didn't tell me this, but he probably knows he would not have a chance to, because he works against the state and county, and I think he just
Well,
dedicated
Miss
himself,
G,
yeah, to
I
help others.
we talked about this before.
Yeah,
We talked about this before. And it was a conversation that I had with a different attorney who, when he was young, to be a judge, and his senior attorneys told him, you never want to be a judge because you're going to owe out a lot of favors and favors that you.
Oh, Stacy is gone. She's in a hotel, you guys. That's why she's out of town, and I think that the reception in the hotel is really really bad. Here she is. Okay, she's back. Stacy's back. We didn't hear
Hi.
anything else you said.
I don't know. I saw myself cutting out, but
That's okay. It's okay. But I
I
want
don't
you
know
guys.
if you can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. So I
Yeah.
want you
So
guys to understand that
I was
when
just I was just
Stacy, let me finish
adding.
what I need to say. Hold on. When I was mentioning earlier
I
about
was just trying to add to what you said, not
okay, the social profiling happens in school, hospitals, and anywhere you go. You could be at the park and they can social profile you if you have children. So please be careful, and please don't make friends at the park with anyone. Don't tell anyone that you know how old your kids are, where they go to school. There's a lot of how can I say it? They send people out there to seek children. I kid you not. I'm not lying. This is true. They're sending people out there to literally look for kids at the park. Go ahead, Stacy. Go ahead.
Miss G. What do you think I know there's the relationship where they're second cousins, but what do you think is the incentive for that teacher to be reporting kids for meaningless things?
That's a good question. I
Do
mentioned to
you
you guys
think
on the
that
show before.
the cousin, do you think the cousin is paying the teacher to make reports?
Yes, I do. I do. The reason being is because remember the teacher that had to escape to Italy, her hometown, LA County teacher. I mean, not a teacher. Sorry, school therapist. A school therapist had to escape town, the country, because they came after her and her children and her husband. How? Is because she reported the principal telling her that she has to report CPS. When she asked the principal why, this boy is brand new, he never came to the school before. And the principal told her, don't worry about that. Worry about when summer comes, who's going to think, how are you going to get paid? So basically, what he picked on a brand new child whose mother and father moved in the state brand new, right? In the county from another state. So they picked on them so she can report the child because the child is being shy and not social with other kids is because he's shy. He doesn't know anyone in that school. So the first month or so in the school, when you have a brand new school, kids usually are not open. If I'm not right, Stacy, they're not really like they want to adjust. They want to know. They want to find themselves.
Miss G,
Uh,
Miss
yeah,
G, this is just getting so out of control. The substance of the reports, oh, mommy had two dirty dishes in her sink. I mean, come on, this is supposed to be an imminent danger, not.
not dishes. Not dishes. Dirtiness has nothing to do with the children, or whatever. Dirty sink has nothing to do with the children. Also, laundry. Laundry day has nothing to do with the children. When a social worker walks in your house because you guys allowed them, they see laundry and detergent where the washer and dryer is. They see that as endangering the children.
So we have to live in fear now if we have a shy child.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what she had me listen to the recording of the principal, and he insisted and he told her that if you're not happy with his decision, she needs to resign. She told him she's not going to resign. Um, but again, she made a mistake. What happened was she took the recording and she shared it with someone else. Then they came after her husband, they came after her children, and they came after her.
No, it's what they do.
Yeah,
They use the system to retaliate.
right.
I was just talking to a gentleman today who very higher up um, in the exposing realm, of judges and things that he knows that it's going on and he's whistleblowing about. And that's what they did. They trafficked his adult children into guardianships as minors, just like our other guy, David, that we were talking to earlier.
Yeah.
They use the system to retaliate on whistleblowers.
Yeah. So you guys also, I want you guys to understand too. It's not so much that if the calls come from neighbors and all this stuff. No, the calls can come from anyone. I mean, anyone. You have to understand that the social workers themselves can also make a call, and they're gonna call it. Um, they're gonna say that anonymous person called. When you ask them who the anonymous person is, they're gonna tell you we can't disclose that information. When they tell you they cannot disclose that information, is oftentimes because they're the ones who made the call. I hope you guys understand this, what I just said. Okay. Um, Somebody wrote on Facebook the following. I want you guys to hear this. We, the people of the United States, are ruled by law, not by feelings. If the courts allow states and their agencies, which is CPS, to rule by feelings and not law, we become a nation without law that makes decision based on based on hearsay. CPS has been allowed to patronize um, the Constitution and the rights of its citizens to be governed by the rule of men rather than the rule of law. It is very dangerous when governmental officials are allowed to have allowed, oh my God, I lost my place. Allowed to, oh, rule by, okay, here we go. And, oh, shoot, you guys, that's what having, I was trying to magnify it and it just backfired on me. Hold on. CPS has been allowed to misuse the Constitution and the rights of its citizens to be governed by the rule of men rather than rule of law. It is very dangerous when governmental officials are allowed to have access to a citizen's home. It is also very dangerous to allow CPS to violate the confrontation clause in the Sixth Amendment, where CPS hides, conceals, and covers up the accuser slash witness who makes the report. It allows those individuals to have a safe haven to file fraudulent reports, and CPS aids and abets in this violation of fundamental rights. All citizens have the right to know their accuser and witnesses in order to preserve the sanction. The grandmother's calling me again. Lord.
Miss G,
Oh,
I don't even think CPS workers are educated in the slightest about the Constitution.
no,
I
no,
think
no.
that
There's not. I know the sanctity of the rule of law and that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land.
yeah, they have
They
no clue
don't
about
know
it.
about the Constitution, but that's why they hire. Um, Sorry, guys, the grandmother keeps texting me, the one I was telling you about the story earlier. But they keep hire individuals who can't help themselves, right? They think they know, but they don't know because they're trained to think that they know. Get it?
Well,
I mean, they're
they're not
stupid.
even
Social
trained,
workers
Miss
are
G.
stupid. Don't know. I
Yes.
swear they're stupid. And I hate to say it like this, but they are stupid. They're so stupid.
They
Stupid,
act
stupid, stupid.
they act like a high school clique.
I think high schoolers have more common sense than a social worker.
Okay, yeah.
And that's like,
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like they intentionally hire people that are stupid
uh-huh,
so that they go along with whatever they're gaslit to believe is what their job is supposed to be. And they're just followers. But they also hire people that are stupid and can't get any job anywhere else so that they sell their soul to CPS
uh-huh,
and do what the corruption wants them to do because they know they can't get a same job with the same benefits anywhere else.
exactly.
So
And
they
that's how
hire
it is.
stupid people who don't know how to read the law, know the Constitution, and stay within the supreme law of the land. They just come in, act like they're high schoolers or not even, and kind of do what
They're doing
thinks
the
that they're
work of.
supposed to do for their job, but it's just gossip. It's not even.
It's gossip. You're right. It's just gossip. It's just
Yeah.
false allegations. That's all it is. I mean, there's a social worker that I know of. I know her personally. And tell me how I know her personally? Through an old high school friend of mine. When I gave the link for her to watch, my friend from high school, when I gave her the link to watch my show, she said, "Oh my gosh," she texted me. That was like 8 months ago. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I know a social worker," right? She asked her questions. She asked her, she said, why do you like your job? She wanted to know, right? She wanted to know everything about her after what I said about social workers. She had me, she introduced her to me. It was at, what was the name of that place? My God. It's the pastrami Johnny
I
Pastrami.
should
There we
rephrase
go.
what I said, Miss G.
Huh.
I
So
I should rephrase what I said. They intend to hire stupid social workers. Sometimes they accidentally hire a smart one, but then the smart ones leave.
there you go. But what happened was Johnny Pastrami. I know you guys know who Johnny Pastrami is. So pastrami is my favorite sandwich in the world. Okay, that's my favorite sandwich. So, anyways, we were there. We were having lunch. It was on a Sunday, and she introduced her to me. So at that time, I was sitting down, and my skin. You know how it is when you see some evil person. My skin, like the hair on my skin, stood out. Okay, and we started talking. She didn't tell her what I do for a living. She didn't say I work for a law firm. She didn't say I fight against the system. Nothing, nothing. I started asking her questions too. I started saying, "Hey, why did you become a social worker?" She's like, "Girl, it's easy money. I don't have to do anything. It's easy money." And I said, "Oh, easy money? Man," I said to her, I said, "I picked the wrong career." I sure did, I tell her. And then she said, "Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. Who cares? Just do the job, do what they ask you to do. And at the end of the day, you have if you want a loan, you get a loan from the bank, with no questions asked. If you want to get a mortgage, whatever, they accommodate you because you work for the county and the state and blah 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 blah. So you have like a government official badge that basically give them the okay, right? Or give them an upper hand." She said, "I love it when I show my badge around, and I love that." And I said to her, I said, "You should have been a cop, or you should have been an investigator, or maybe you should have been working for the CIA or the FBI and all this." She said, "Nah, they have to follow the rules. Us, we are protected by a supervisor. As long as your supervisor likes you and you do whatever the supervisor tells you, you're good." She said, "Girl, you should change careers." So I played it off. I said, "I'm too old." I said, "I'm in my mid 50s. I'm almost 60." I said, "I don't have the patience for that." I said, "Besides," I said, "stealing children is sad. It's sad." She said, "Why do you care? They're not your kids." Do you understand my point here? My friend from high school listened to the whole entire conversation. She was drinking iced tea. She stopped eating her sandwich. She put the pickle, because they give you a pickle. She put the whole pickle in her mouth, chewed on it, because she was keeping her mouth shut. Meaning, she told me that she was trying to keep herself from speaking and destroying her. Her friend, so-called friend. They're not friends anymore. But the point I'm trying to make is that I had to prove it to her who her friend is, who works for the Department of Children and Family Services. This is in LA County, by the way. Okay, so I have seen everything. So the ones, like Stacy said, the ones who are smart are the ones who resign when they find out, because they go in with good intentions, but when they see the corruption, they like, no, no, we can't do that. But the ones who stay are the dumb ones, like the one I was speaking with in Jami Pastrami on Sunday. So basically, it's all about how can I say this? It's all about the money. She literally told me she makes more money than me. She tells me in front of my other friend, who is her friend, that she, by the end of the month, with all the incentives, she makes good money. She's not was, she is a CPS investigator. She's the one that makes the decision to remove the child. She's the one that makes the initial report of her findings, and she's the one who stole children. So when I said to her, I said, what if you have children? How would you feel as a mother? Somebody makes false allegations against you to remove your children. She said that will never happen. And I said, why wouldn't it happen?
It's protected.
Yeah. She said, it's never going to happen because they're not going to do anything to me. I said, what if
Well,
you have
guess what?
uh-huh.
Guess what, Miss G?
Mhm.
When you play with fire, you get burned. So if there's any social workers watching this, if you think it's fun to hang around with fraudsters, then the day that they don't like you and use their fraud against you, don't be surprised.
Actually, they won't unless the woman is retired and then she has grandkids, and then they're going to come after her grandkids. That's called karma. And I've seen it happen. We have like several people calling us, telling me that it's karma. It's karma because I took kids and now they're after my grandkids, and my daughter lives in another state and I can't help her. They don't want to give the children to me because it's in another state, and I used to play that card, and they would tell me, they would cry, and I would never tell them that it's payback. I never told them that it's karma. They're the ones who said that to me, that it's karma coming to them, but karma hit their children, grandchildren, later on in life, right? Karma doesn't happen right away. Karma takes a slow period to happen because I've been waiting for karma for a very long time. But again, it takes you know, time, but it does happen. It does happen. So again,
They
after that,
can.
my friend said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you what Georgette does for a living." That's how it started. I swear, when she said who I work for, she told her, "Oh, she works for Attorney Davis." Is she an attorney? Are you an attorney? That's exactly. I mean, her head was like about to fall off. I said, "No, no, no, I'm not an attorney." I said, "Yet." I said, "I'm a legal assistant." Wait, you work for who again? I said, "Attorney Vincent Davis." What? I know that name. I know that. And then she mentioned Jennifer Ani, an attorney that used to work with us, against the Department of Children and Family Services. She's like, "Did attorney Jennifer Ani work with you?" I said, "Yeah, she's actually my really good friend." And she's like, uh, she told yes, sir, my friend, and she said, "Girl, why didn't you tell me this? Why did you have me talk all this time? Why didn't you tell me this?" She said, "It slipped my mind," she said. I mean, it was like a freaking just. I wish there was cameras that captured the whole entire scene. You would look at her face. She looked like, when you cut a chicken's head and the head is tilted this way and then it goes this way and it flops. That's exactly how she was. She was flopping with her mouth. Literally, she couldn't believe. She's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I like this. I can't believe the time." She literally didn't even cook her sandwich with her. My friend said she would never leave food behind. She always bagged it up. And then she laughed and she said, "You must be in a hurry, girl." It's exactly what happened. So, guys, they make the reports. Social workers make the anonymous calls. Whenever they say they can't tell you who the anonymous caller is, right? Guess what? You can ask your attorney to subpoena the records. And that phone conversation is on record because they record their conversations with any reports. So that's what I found out from another attorney. She told me they have an aggressive attorney. They can ask them to subpoena the records of that phone conversation, that phone record. And by the voice, they will know who that person is. Okay? So nothing is anonymous, right? Nothing is anonymous unless you are reporting somebody shooting a high rank officer or something. But think about it. For someone who stole your children, they want to say it's anonymous, and you're stealing the children because of that anonymous call. It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. So therefore, I'm just letting you guys know, you're not special, that they're not going to take your children, right? That's all I'm saying, guys. I mean, this is anywhere in the United States. I already mentioned Kentucky. I mentioned LA County. I mentioned the social worker. Okay. I mentioned literally, I was sitting down having lunch with her and my best friend. Okay. So keep that in mind. Don't trust teachers. Do not be confrontational with teachers because of your children. Try to kill them with kindness. Do not threaten them. All of this is going to backfire on you because that teacher will retaliate against you by calling CPS. I'm not joking. Do not say to the teacher that I'm going to sue the school. Do not say any of that. Stacy has the same thing in Buffalo, New York. Same exact BS. Tell them you know a lot too.
Well, basically, Miss G, you just covered New York State to California and everywhere in between.
Yep.
Same
Yeah, this
problems.
is real. This is not something to joke about. It's not something to say I'm a better parent than you, or I would never happen to me. Oh God, now it will happen to you. Especially when you say it will never happen to me. When you say it will never happen to me, it will happen to you. You know why? Because that's karma's way of teaching you a lesson. Because you're judging other parents who are in agony and pain every day for their children, who cry when they hear the word mommy in the supermarket. Somebody else's child calling mommy.
Come
So please understand that
here, Cole.
don't judge these families. Because if these families were actual abusers of the children, they would not lose their children. CPS love leaving the abused children with the abuser. 100% of the time. This is not 50-50 of the time. This is 100% of the time CPS loves children being with the abusers. This is why I call them demonic. Period. Right, Stace? So
That's what
Grace
happened in my
hasn't
case.
Grace hasn't showed me the. I sent Grace the picture of your dog, but she hasn't posted it. Let me see if I can. I want you guys to see Stacy's dog though. It's so cute. I think it's not a golden retriever, or is it a golden retriever? Not sure. Is it a golden retriever, Stacy?
Oh, my dog, he is Pyrenees and Husky mix. Can you hear me?
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Now I can't. So let me see if I can get it. Hold on. I just emailed it myself. Of course, it's gonna take forever to get it. Oh, come on. Really, people? Oh, what the heck? I'll just show it to you guys on my phone. Okay, here we go. Wait, where am I? Here it is. That's Stacy's dog. That's what she mentioned earlier. Okay, eating ice cream like a champ. So cute. Oh, Stacy's gone. Oh Lord, Stacy. Oh, here's the picture. After all, thank you, Grace. Here it is. Here it is. Can you hear me, Stacy?
I can
You
hear
still
you, Miss G.
See, Grace put the picture up. Look how cute he is. He's so
That
cute.
he's a yeah, he's a Pyrenees Husky mix. He's 100 pounds.
Yeah, but he also makes a mess. So I remember when I called you and he was so muddy, and you're like, Miss G, I have to clean up the mess. Remember? And then when you were house sitting, you were
Yeah,
dog
this is
sitting,
him
you were
here
so
now. He's on
proud.
my yep. He's
So
on my
cute.
bed right now.
I didn't know that dogs can eat ice cream, honestly. I thought they have to have special ice cream for dogs, not just any ice cream. You know what I mean?
No, he tolerates it. He yeah, the hotel that I'm at lets me bring my pet, so I bring him with me.
That is so cute. That is too cute. I wouldn't want my dog
And
with
he
me.
got his own slice of yeah, he got
Molly
his
is
own slice of
different.
pizza too.
Molly is a handful. Molly's a small dog, but she doesn't like people. She only likes girls. But if she sees a guy, she would automatically attack guys out of
You
nowhere.
want to attack him?
Aww. Oh my God, he's so comfortable.
Well, his belly's full from ice cream and pizza.
You fed him pizza?
He got his own slice.
Oh my God. You know what? Molly would probably be in the hospital. She eats human food. She would go to the hospital. I'm not joking. She has very sensitive stomach. She's very weird. Really, really weird. But damn, pizza sounds so good right now. I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna have pizza tonight for dinner. just, just, just because you mentioned it. Um, but yeah, but thank you, Stacy, for sharing your thoughts with us, and thank you for sharing your baby with us.
Well, Miss G, I always tell you I agree with you always.
So
If you
hard. I
feel like
want you to disagree with me once.
what?
I know
On
you're
what?
right.
It's not
You're
going to
right.
be anything important. It
Yeah,
might be like you like anchovies and I don't, but on all this CPS stuff,
it's true.
I'm only here to support you because I don't disagree.
Thank you, Stacy. But my friend now, she watches the show. She's like a loyal fan now, and she told me after all this happened, she said she never thought in a million years that her friend was like this. Never. All she would tell my friend is
Well,
that
you know, it's until you challenge somebody, you never know who they are. You know, and everybody probably pretty much everybody watching this has gone through some sort of trauma in life, and trauma, although it hurts to the core, is a very enlightening time that tries your friends
right,
and the people around you, and it gives you a special sense of light that you never had before to figure out where you stand with everybody.
right,
And sometimes it's eviscerating some of the people that you thought would be there for you that aren't, but then it's heartwarming to find the people that you thought weren't there for you who really are.
right,
And at the end, you're stronger for knowing where you really stand with everybody.
right,
So, it's just that situation. She never had a trying moment with that quote unquote friend until that enlightening moment she sat down with you and she spoke all her gibberish and the truth came out.
yep.
Or, as you said, her chicken language.
Her chicken language came out. Yeah, she was frightened. But when she mentioned my old attorney that used to work with us, Jennifer Ani, I was shocked. I was kind of like inside me. I was like she knows my Jennifer. You know what I mean? But she doesn't like her anyway. She doesn't like Jennifer. She just
Sounds like
realized
Jennifer wouldn't like her.
Jennifer doesn't like any social workers.
I'll bet you, I'll bet you, Miss G, that woman isn't even comfortable in her own skin.
She seemed very uneasy to me. And I asked my friend, I said, why in the heck would you keep a friendship with someone like that? She said, we just, talk about guys and dating. And And also, like when she mentions the case, she would always say the father is on drugs, or the mother is on drugs, or both are on drugs. So I figured, you need to save the kids. She doesn't know the law. My friend doesn't know the law. She's in real estate. She only understands real estate. She doesn't know. She doesn't know anything else beyond real estate.
You know,
So,
you and I both, Miss G, were that person that didn't know in our past.
oh, I know. But I educated myself, though. You educated yourself. But people like my friend, she doesn't need to be educated, right? She doesn't have kids. She never had kids.
She
She
needs to
doesn't
be
want to have
educated.
kids. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, if she likes her real estate, chasing pedophiles out of town and all this corruption, chasing it out of town will make real estate property values go up.
yeah. Well, I don't know if she knows that now, but
It all affects. It all
yeah,
affects because
yeah,
the town I live in is doing just absolutely poorly, and you can palpate that it's because of the corruption and the sex trafficking of children,
yep,
and the way it erodes
yeah,
a community.
yeah. But when she said, "Why are you worried? Why do you care? They're not your kids." That hit me. That hit. You understand how that hit me? Because if I see a child crying in the market, my heart breaks.
Well, Miss G, if you rewind this podcast today, and you go to the point where that you said that she said that, you can watch my eyes too. I think I did one of these.
Yeah, did you? I didn't even watch it. I didn't even notice that.
I know I did.
Honestly, sometimes we're not shocked by the truth, but we still shocked. Like we shouldn't be shocked, but it still shocks us. Um, I actually
It's like
reported her. I reported her. The whole conversation. My friend signed under penalty of perjury. Everything. They did nothing. She's actually promoted as supervisor.
that's what happens. The dirtier they are, the higher they
Yeah,
rank.
they did nothing to her because they said it's hearsay. But
They
then
gave
my
her a
thing
raise,
is,
Miss G.
yeah,
They didn't
but
do nothing. They gave her a raise. They
a raise,
applauded. They
right?
applauded that
But
behavior.
Stacy, whoa, she said basically giving her a promotion. I get that part, but basically what it is that she got an award for her lies, and CPS told the report. I'm not going to say CPS. I shouldn't say that, but they told me in the department that it's hearsay. My friend's statement is hearsay. So I said, that's exactly what I said. I said, but it's hearsay to take children from family. It's hearsay. It's your narrative, your findings, what you think the situation is, what you predict the future is going to be. That's hearsay also. She closed the window in my face. I wanted to record it, but she wouldn't allow me to record it. My friend got nervous and she said, "Let's go. We don't want to be arrested." I tried to explain it to her, but she got all kind of like, "Let's not do this. I don't want to be arrested today. Not today. I have a career to keep and blah, blah, blah." She was freaking out. I said, they can't arrest you. You did nothing wrong. Am I right, Stacey? We are asking questions. How is it okay to say hearsay? I mean, for hearsay to be okay with the social workers, but not okay with what we witnessed. That's why they don't like to be recorded. They want to not
But
be recorded.
but Miss G, can I tell you?
What?
You complained to the ringleader about what's going on in his circus.
I
That's
understand
why
that,
nothing happened.
but I understand that, but I didn't
Yeah.
know what else to do because again, it was months and
I
months and
get it.
months, almost a year. Nobody did anything about it. I didn't get a response back by email. I didn't get a response back by mail. I didn't get a call back. I didn't get anything.
Yep.
But again, again, again. Um, watch who you interact with, honestly. If you know anybody that is related to you or a friend of yours who is a social worker for the Department of Children and Family Services, don't ever think this person is legit. If they are legit, they would resign for the department immediately. This is not just LA County. It's not San Bernardino. It's not Lancaster. It's not just Kentucky. It's not just New York. It's not just Ohio. It's everywhere. Every single where in the United States, a social worker and they're still in the department. Do not trust them with your secrets. Do not trust them
I got
with.
news for you, Miss G.
I don't want to know.
I got
I
news.
swear, if you tell me
It's
you
the
know
whole
somebody,
world. It's the whole world.
the whole world.
It's the whole world doing this. The whole world. Yeah. It there's actually Tony Blair from, right, Europe.
Uh huh.
He wrote the white pages, which was used to create our system to sex traffic children and kidnap them from families. It's the whole world.
Unbelievable. But did you guys hear about the organ trafficking? Have you guys heard about the organ trafficking of children, family? I mean, adults too. I'm gonna share it with you guys. So
It's the whole world, Miss G.
it's called
If there's money to be made, they're doing it.
right. It says Children Division Missing Foster Kids and Human Trafficking. This was published in 2023. Okay, by Laura Thompson. And 7,000 children in the foster care system every year in Missouri, and around as many are aging out of foster care. Many of the children who age out of foster care struggle with means to life. They are left dismayed and usually with little knowledge of who they were before they became a ward of the courts. Reports of 18,500 exploited children rescued, 86% were in the care of social services. The National Foster Youth Institute reports that FBI estimated that over 100,000 children are victims of sex trafficking. The sex trafficking industry involves systematic rape, torture, enslavement, and murder of millions of people, whether directly through homicide or indirectly through diseases and drugs. In June of 2021, the Office of Inspector General worked with Homeland Security on operation that rescued children from sex trafficking, organ trafficking. They recovered 31 victims. 14 of them were missing from foster care. One of them was only 4 years old. In October 2021, a report came out indicating that between 2018 and 2019, over 900 children went missing from Children Children and Family Services. A study was done to examine Missouri response to missing foster children prior to the study of Office of the Inspector General, along with Metro Police departments of the Department of Justice. Work together to locate missing foster children. They were given a list with the names of 94 missing foster kids, located 65 only. However, out of 65 only, 41 returned to foster care. Returned to foster care. 18 of these children were discharged from the care of the Children's Division. So basically, 53 of the children on the list were still missing. And at the time of this study, after prompting an investigation, the outcomes became breaking news, but only for a second. We now hear nothing about these children, although uh, OIG vowed to conduct further investigation even after they identified the failure of Missouri CD, Child Protective Services. The OIG reported that Missouri failed and it did not comply to policies for identifying those kids who are at a higher risk of running. There were interventions to reduce this risk, and over half of the missing kids were never reported to proper authorities. Last time I had the show, I told you guys they don't want the foster homes to report missing children to the police or the FBI. They tell all foster parents to always notify the Department of Children and Family Services. Never ever notify the police. This is why they get away doing what they're doing. There's a lot of organ selling of missing children. Guys, please be aware. That's why I always tell you guys don't give up. Family members, please help your kids. Help them financially to retain a CPS defense attorney. Please do not depend on social workers doing the right thing, and please do not depend on the court appointed attorneys doing the right thing for you, for your family. They are against the children. They are against families. They're against unity, period. I call people like this, and I will always call them demonic. Demonic. That's really the only word I have. They're stupid and demonic and idiots. All right? They're demonic. If you guys throw holy water on them, they're probably going to burn. I know they will burn. If you throw holy water on them, they'll burn. That's how demonic they are. I can't stand social workers that work for the Department of Children and Family Services. Again, I can't stand them because I know they're evil. I know every penny they have is from evil actions that they partake every single day. Okay? So keep an eye on your family, keep an eye on your children, stay away from neighbors, don't friend your neighbors. Believe me, they could be the ones also to destroy your life if you go against them of any sort. Okay? Do not make friends in the park, children park, where you have your children playing. Do not leave your children unattended. And please do not think another mother in the park is going to watch your children while you go to the bathroom. Please don't do that. That's not going to happen. Trust no one. Trust no one with your children. Stacey, do you want to say last words before I end the show?
Hi,
Stacey,
Mystery.
you want to say the
I
last
just
words?
always have to say, you're right. Hold on a second.
You're
Let me
stuck on.
sit by the window because I think it works better.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
it works
Okay,
better
here
if
we
I
go.
sit by the window. Is it? Can you hear me better? No.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Can't hear me any better.
No, I can't. I can't. I can't.
Okay. I just always have to say I agree with everything you say. You're right. And you're in a position to know what you're talking about because you see it come through your office every single day.
Yes, and I see it also in person too. It's not just the office; it's in person.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people fooled.
Mm-hmm.
Like my friend, she was fooled by her friend, who's a social worker. Okay, my friend doesn't have kids.
Where there's money,
Yeah, yeah,
where
but she
there's
doesn't
money
want to
to
have
be made,
kids.
you're going to find these.
Yeah,
Where
but if
there's
she
money
had
to be made, you're
kids,
going to find these things happening.
true. But if she had kids, she would come after her grandkids. You understand? She literally that friend would probably turn on her if she had any kids, but she just never liked kids. She never liked taking care of kids. She likes playing with them, but she doesn't want to take care of them. So she vowed never to have children, her and her husband. But the point I'm trying to make, if she did, if she's a grandmother, for example, that friend that she trusted, right, who is a social worker, would retaliate
Yeah.
against her
Yeah.
using
Any falling
her
out,
right.
that they
Yeah,
have, that
yeah,
woman will use her position of authority to weaponize the system against and prevail
and
on
prevail. Yeah.
any disagreement she has with that friend.
Exactly. So be aware, guys, and God bless you. And Stacy's gonna get somebody special that we talked about him today. Stacy, uh, hopefully, she's gonna ask him, and he would be a special guest on the show. And I think that would be a great show, actually, from what you told me about him. Stacy meets very interesting people.
Yes, I do.
Interesting people, meaning
I'm a
high
magnet
rank
to interesting
people, dude.
people.
High rank. I know. High rank. I thought I knew high rank people because my friend's dad is a federal judge, but I didn't know she knows a lot more. She knows a lot of people. Stacey knows a lot of people, and I think her personality and her passion to fight. I think that's what. And she's out there. Like she makes herself known out there. Um, I think that's the reason. I think because she meets very intriguing people who actually fight for other families. Yeah, who fight. We're not the only one exposing. I didn't know because I'm like, I feel like we're the only one exposing, but they're deeper. They're deeper. They're in more deeper than us actually. You know what I mean?
Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So
And
I'm.
believe me, those people are really retaliated upon.
Oh, I know. I know they are. But the thing about it is, I think we need to hear it from him, and hopefully he's going to agree to be on the show. Um, and I think that'd be great because I love That's why when I opened my new Facebook page, my business page, because remember the other one was hacked, I made sure I only have people that you know. I was like, I don't know. I only have 4 people on my page. I don't remember who else was on my work Facebook page. I can't remember. It was like so many of them. I couldn't remember. Uh, but I don't know who hacked my Facebook page, but whoever it is, God bless you. But I prayed over you, and I pray that God gives you peace in your heart and change you, to be a better person. Whoever you are, God bless. So peace be upon you, everyone, and especially Stacy. Oh my God, I love you, Stacy. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait. It's gonna
Love
be
you
so.
too, Miss G. I know it's coming up.
It's coming up. It's coming up. Yay! I made the room so available for you. You're gonna have your own room and everything. Everything. Yeah. I wish I could get you
You
even
know,
a
Miss
little
G, I
bit
couldn't
personally
believe it
too.
because I'm working till Sunday. So it just dawned on me this morning, oh my God, as soon as I'm done working, I'm going to see Miss G.
Yeah. So wait, you're gonna be here Monday? I forgot.
The
I
17th.
forget.
17th.
The 17th. The 17th is Monday.
Around 8 or 9 p.m. at nighttime. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna see Stacy. She's staying with me. Yay! I'm so excited. Yeah. So excited.
Miss G, I'm going to be the whitest white chick there ever was in California. Like, I will glow among the population because there's such little sunshine here in Buffalo compared to what you all have in California.
But you know what? It's gonna be so prepare. It's gonna be very hot. Just so you know, next week is gonna be extremely hot. Just to let you know. Here we go. You're coming. You
It's going
said
to be hot because we're all going to be talking, Miss G.
It's good.
Did you hear me?
I heard you. Yep. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot on Monday and Tuesday. It's gonna be 88 degrees. I don't know if that's hot for you, but 88 degrees is 200 degrees to me because I am older than you, and I'm like, older and I get hot faster. So that's like 200 degrees for me. So I'm going to make sure the air conditioner is on in the house. I usually put the air conditioner at 65 degrees, just so you know. Right now, it's 65
You
degrees
know
in
what,
my
Miss G? You know what's
yeah.
going to make it? You know what's going to be hotter than the temperature?
What?
Our conversations,
Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm like, I don't know what to
our
do.
networking.
I know. I can't wait. I know networking. Oh, I told my friends, the 2 social workers, I told them, I think when you gave me was it a month ago when you gave me the schedule of you arriving in LA? I told them to come and meet you because
Yeah.
they're shy, not shy, but they're scared. They're scared because remember they also witnessed what my friend didn't know about the social worker. Get it? So they're afraid to open up just to anyone. But I told them to come and meet you also. I think you're gonna have fun seeing what they
Oh, how
know.
nice.
You're gonna have fun seeing what they know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're not gonna like it. I think you
That's
would
how I already feel.
probably, yeah, you would probably go hurt someone, slap them like, you know, that
But you
supervisor.
know what, Miss G?
Well,
The more the more upsetting what they have to say, the more that I really need to hear what they have to say, because
yeah,
we need to live in the truth.
yes, and believe me, it's terrifying. It's not. It's. I'm not saying I saw like bad pictures or anything like that. I saw bad instructions from the supervisor that parents call the supervisor to complain about the social workers. Please don't think the supervisor is going to help you. Please understand that supervisor is going to destroy you even worse that you're complaining about a social worker. Keep that in mind. Okay?
All
Can't
true.
wait to see you. I love you, Stacy, so much. I have so much to give you. Okay. I'll wait. Okay, anyways. I know. I'll give you an extra bag. Yeah, I love you. I love you.
All right,
I
Misty. I have to
bye
get going.
everyone. Okay, go.
Love
Bye
you, Misty.
everyone. Okay,
Bye
bye.
bye.